when you're dealing in bulk, you kind of have to be in love with this kind of stuff, in love with this process. What's going on, guys? This is Chase with TCG Bulk Kings, where every card has value, and that's going to include, hopefully, all the cards in this box here. This is a bulk box I have yet to open. It's one of several that I got from someone who sent me some Weissforce bulk a while back, and I've looked through a couple of the boxes, and I wanted to kind of go over what it's like to receive bulk from a big bulk buy like this. So a lot of people are used to buying the lots off of eBay or Amazon's 100 cards, no duplicates, with 10 guaranteed rares or whatever. That's not what I'm about. People reach out to me and send me cards directly. A lot of times it's like these have been, and I just wanted to show off what that looks like. So let's get into this box. That's not to say there's anything wrong with buying lots like that. If you like buying lots like that, but generally you get a better deal per card this way. This is what it looks like in the box. Now this seller, I wish they would use some bubble wrap when they pack these boxes up, and I wish they would pack them a little bit differently than they do, but for the most part the cards get here just fine, so I can't really complain too much. It's more of a personal preference kind of thing. So yeah, the tops of the box, the way they've packed these, get scattered around, so it's kind of hard to get started getting into the box. But here we go. This looks like Girls Band Party, and the time it got reincarnated as slime. These are promos. Promos. More promos. This is from JOJ. I'm not sure what that one is. Shiroko Kuro Fest 2020 Shioko. Oh, this is... it's got a Weissforce card on the art of the card. Check that out. I have to keep one of those just because of the meta-ness. A few have sold. Apparently there's a hot stamped version of it too. I've been finding some of those hot stamp promos in these. Been finding some rares and double rares, even some triple rares and SRs among these. Definitely have to keep a look out for all the cool stuff. And I treat these the same way I treat all my other bulk that comes in. I'm just at this point category sorting. I'm not trying to pick out value. I'm just trying to make sure that I've got all the commons and uncommons out, all the rares out, you know, separate from each other. But yeah, you're gonna get a lot of stuff like this. This is what, like 50 or 60 copies of this common from Love is War, and then the next common. Thankfully they don't move around too much because of them being packed in so tight. But yeah, you can see there's some space in there. We'll see in the middle a whole bunch of that one, and a whole bunch of that one, and a whole bunch of that one. That's just the way this goes, right? A lot of duplication. It's on you, the bulk buyer, to figure out what to do with those duplicates. Whether you take out the ones that you are interested in and dump the rest, or you take out a certain number of each one for your store and then bulk out the rest, or you try and list everything and make it work, like I usually do. Let's check down in here. Saikano. Original Saikano. And we got some rares here. I wonder if this Petite Mob is worth anything. This is one of the box topper promos, I think, right? Well, yeah, how about that? Petite Mob, $4.27 up to $7.99 for the second listing. There's 5 listings total. 16 cards total. Not super fast moving. Market price shows $5.59. There's been one sale in the last 3 months, and it was for $6. Still, a really funny card. Got some rares here. This is Konosuba. When you're dealing in bulk, you kind of have to be in love with this kind of stuff, right? You know, 25 copies of Kaguya and a Yukata, 25 copies of Flying Ace Kaguya. You kind of have to be in love with this process and not just chasing the high-end hits and stuff like that. You have to be excited for, oh, I found a bunch of cards I paid a penny each for that I can sell for $0.25, with several included that I can sell for $1 or $4, or, you know, I do see, personally, I see a pretty long-term future that's probably pretty good for Weisschwarz. Not just the high-end cards. A lot of these low-end cards that are supposedly worthless, like this 50 copies of Miyuki Watching Over. Long term, I feel like there's probably more of a market for it than people think. Anime is not going away. Weisschwarz doesn't appear to be going away. People are going to want these cards. Somebody who comes in and starts liking Kaguya-sama a couple years from now may want to collect the cards from this, even if they don't play the game. And want to hold on to a bunch of cards because they think it's cool that there's a card game made out of their anime that they like. There's always going to be people who like anime are more likely to be the kind of people who collect things. Just long term, I feel like Weisschwarz has decent legs on the bulk end. Short term, it's hard because it's kind of slow. But I still sell Weisschwarz cards every day. Once I finish getting through adding the remaining Flesh and Blood that I have onto my website, tcgbulkkings.com, I'm going to start adding Weisschwarz sets in a similar fashion. So I'd like to be, eventually, I'd like to be a destination for buying all these kinds of things, these lower end cards. And being able to guarantee you're going to get them in good condition, in good order, in a timely fashion, well packaged, all that kind of stuff. That's where I want to be. Okay, we finished clearing out the top. Running out of space on the desk over here. Let's see if we can find some more rares or anything. Yeah, there's some more rares. Shivering from Disparagement, Darkness. There's more Konosuba. A whole bunch of those. Fireworks Display. Fierce Battle, Composed Retreat, that's common. And some of these cards from these older sets, too, are very underrepresented on TCG Player. So, like we see, with a couple of those, but even commons and uncommons from sets like the second Hatsune Miku set, there's only a few copies of each card available. These are Climax rares. Count those in with the commons and uncommons, but here we go, some more rares. Watching Over Gently Yun Yun, a whole bunch of those. Master of Explosion, Magic Someday. Okay. Shy. You can see there was a gap here that they filled with Packing Peanuts. Not the best packing method, but it's there. It's, like I said, it's mostly worked. Here's some more rares, some Kill la Kill rares. Fight Club member Ryoko. There's just not a whole lot of these listed on TCG Player. There's not a whole lot of them being purchased, but there's not a lot being listed. There's some rares. My popular phases here. This one's got a big crease in it. I don't know how well that shows up on camera. Don't have a strong light right here, right now, but this whole edge here. Yeah, there you can see it. Whole edge is rolled. So when you buy a box of bulk, a lot of times, like I said, it's going to come like this, where it's somebody's big collection or some store's big inventory or something like that, or somebody who's just sorted through. They've opened several cases of something they've sorted through and got everything together, but now they don't want to deal with it anymore. So you'll end up with dozens of copies of the same commons, sometimes even grouped together like this. Your box may primarily be cards from one set. Like, I'd say at least 50% of this box of over 6,000 cards is from Konosuba. Got some Dragon Maid though. When I sell a box of bulk, I am trying not to sort it for anybody. I'm not trying to change it. I'm not trying to make it different from the way I got it. because I feel like that's more authentic, it's more realistic. If I sell you a box of bulk, it is the cards as they came to me, except for category sorted and conditioned, so that you aren't getting a whole bunch of damaged stuff. You aren't getting a whole bunch of commons in your rare box and stuff like that. So that's. But other than that, I'm taking these cards and I'm putting them in another box to ship out to you guys. A lot of times people get upset about getting duplicates, but if you're running a business, you know, this stack of 10 surprise attacks is easy to list. You just type in 10. They're already set sorted for the most part. It's easier to list. If you're buying bulk from me, you're not expecting a player lot like you would find on eBay. You're expecting a business wholesale lot of cards just like they came to me, the wholesale provider in this case, so that you can list them on your store relatively easily. And that way you don't have to worry about whether or not they're in poor condition or there's a bunch of random categories all mixed together, where you have to go through and prioritize. It's all cards that, you know, it's all commons and uncommons, or it's all rares or whatever, all foils, reverse hollows if you're getting Pokemon reverse hollow, you know, that kind of thing. You know, and sometimes the cards don't come to me this way. They come all mixed up and they come all crazy like. But I'm still going to go through them. I'm going to make sure there aren't any that are damaged that I'm going to send out to you, and make sure there aren't random mythics dropped in or something like that, because, you know, that's better for me too. You know, if I can group the mythics together, then that's better. Or, you know, I need to stock my store too. That's the whole point of this, is that I'm getting stuff to stock my store, and this is just the excess that I'm selling off to you guys. So got us here this stack of rares and above. I think there's some double rares. I didn't see any SRs or anything in these. It's mostly rares. Yeah, so those will be fun. A lot of times those are a little more liquid. Even if they're not super pricey, they sell more quickly at the 25-cent range. That's pretty much all I got for this one. Just to let you guys see behind the screen, behind the scenes, how the bulk looks like when it comes in, so that you can understand a little better what it's like getting bulk. And if you have any questions, let me know. If you have any particular Weiss Schwarz products you'd like to see, do you just want singles? Would you like to get a complete set of commons and uncommons from sets, or play sets of common and uncommons from sets? You know, given the amount of cards I have, that may be something I can do. I don't know. Just let me know. I'm always interested in trying to figure out the best things to sell to the wider public. So if there's something that you'd like, Weiss Schwarz related, leave me a comment. If you like this video, subscribe if you want to see more stuff on how to run your trading card store, and catch you in the next one.